That would tell already a story to everybody who's watching, but happy to be here. Welcome everybody to this new inspiring session that we're hosting. I'm saying that we're live now because we had like how our inspiring sessions go by, but it was fun. We're already in, we're already live, everybody's joining. We are back with the October session after the last one we had in New York with the one and only Chris First. We had a lot of fun. It was due to the Upscale Studios event that we had in New York. We're also happy to share that we will be having the Upscale Conf that's happening in Malaga just next week. So we are super excited about that. But I am even more excited about the host that we're having today. So I have here with me Paige Piskin, which is a multidisciplinary creative director, blending 3D, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and immersive storytelling to build unforgettable digital experience, which is a lot to say. You're specialized in creating viral content, character-driven worlds, engaging campaigns for global brands, artists, and audiences across all platforms. And I think that you've been working in digital media and influencer marketing for around 15 years. And you've been working in augmented reality marketing and advertisement for around the last 3 years. And she focuses on creating effects that are innovative, inclusive, and easily integrated into creator content, which is great. And you also enjoy sharing your journey as a creator and a professional with over 300 billion views, which is, wow. And has spoken at various effects over the past few years, as well as a guest judge on Netflix and BBC's Glow Up, which is like very cool. And the brands that you have worked for include Nextfleet, include Bratz, LOL Surprise, Warner, Coldplay, Ash Nico, Carol G, Bella Poarch, Water Parks, NYX Cosmetics, Lottie London, Urban Decay, Cacharel, OP, and the two immersive beauty bands for Coachella. So wow, that's a resume. Super excited to have you here. And it's even more amazing because today we're going to be learning about how to make a full fashion campaign and how having like a very simple selfie can turn into a fashion campaign using models like Nano Banana, like Vio, like Kling. So Paige, super happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, Sophia, and thanks so much for such a kind intro. I'm so honored to be here with you guys. It's been amazing just being like I've been a FreePic subscriber for like the last decade. I've always been using FreePic as like an amazing tool for the work that I've been doing as a graphic artist. And as I got into augmented reality, it was so helpful for me. And when trying to just like create at speed, to be able to create for clients, create for myself. So always have loved FreePic. And now I absolutely love using the FreePic Creative Suite because there are just so many incredible tools all in one place. It's incredible. So I'm really excited to be hosting this workshop with you guys. And I can't wait to share with you guys some of the things that I use FreePic for, which is to make really fun fashion campaigns. So yeah, today I'm going to show you guys how to turn your selfies into a fall fashion campaign. So should I jump into it?
Let's kick it. Yeah.
All right, let's get started. So, as you guys can see, we're in like the FreePic homepage. I'm sure you guys are super familiar with this. But what we do to get started is go to Image Generator. So here is Image Generator. Right now, you see some of the tests that I was running before, just using different photos. These are all done from selfies. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So basically, what you have here is your prompt box as well as your image prompt box where you upload your images. There's all different kinds of models in FreePic, so you just have to click model. Sometimes it could auto assign one for you, but I usually like to select my own. So I like to use Google right here, and then I use Nano Banana for most of my photos, and especially for this tutorial. I really like Nano Banana because it is a really incredible model that's able to take the context from your photos as well as your prompt to truly understand what you're requesting. It's why we get such strong results with it because it's a very intuitive model that takes in that visual context compared to other models that might just take into account the text prompt only. So what I'm going to do is upload a selfie there that I pre-picked out for this workshop. And it's this selfie right here. It's just me in my car, just basically posing, nothing big, nothing special. And I'm gonna just first make a basic like photo shoot style close up of myself from like the waist up. And so what I'm going to do is go into this prompt box and I'm going to start prompting. What I find Nano Banana does really well is it works well when you have a really clean structure that starts with the camera, the lighting, and then goes into what the person is doing and details about that. So you kind of want to break it down in that kind of order. I feel like that's a really great way to set up your prompts. If not, you could always use FreePic's AI prompting tool, which helps you actually optimize your prompt for the model. And sometimes that could be really useful as well, especially if we're not familiar with certain prompts for the models and stuff. So I'm going to write something like camera professional. Shoot of a woman posing, arms crossed, waist up in Iceland with fog and mountains behind her. So we'll see how this one goes because I have not tried this yet. So we're going to generate that. And so basically it's going to take my prompt and it's going to take my photo and it's going to generate a image here. And so in a couple moments that'll start. So I have some other prompts that I've written before that worked out really nicely for this. So I could show you just an example of that while we wait. So this one is the close-up waist-up portrait of a woman posing in a photo shoot in Iceland with geysers and fog in the background. This is like a place that I've been in Iceland and it looks just like it. I have a photo just like this that I've actually taken. It's looks legit like a real place. So this is that photo and this is a photo shoot. And so it really looks like a professional photo compared to this selfie that I have here that is just a basic selfie. So you can see how this can be extremely useful and very lifelike. And it looks like a real photo shoot. And it didn't really change my facial features, which is like unusual for AI models. Sometimes you can also prompt do not change my face. And for some reason with Nano Banana, that helps a lot. So going back, let's see how that came out. So here's another one that we just did. So this is how that photo came out. And so I like this one, so I could keep this as is, and I'm going to generate a couple more just to have some variety. So I'm going to change the scenery, and I'll change the pose. So I'll do, she's posing, just woman posing. We'll do side profile. Hair, and I like to do things like hair subtly moving in the wind because it adds some dynamic, like motion to it. And so that one is, we'll wait for that. And so now with this one, while we're waiting, we can actually go and edit this as another technique. So you could take this image and go into the editor. And let's say you want to change the camera style, like you want to change it to a fisheye lens, or you want to change it to flash. You can do those kind of edits to these images, or you can even change your pose so that you can have some continuity and consistency. So let's say I want to turn this into, let's just maybe do that. So I'll do add, let's see. Change angle to side profile. So we'll wait for that and see how that goes. So yeah, I like when I'm doing these kind of photo shoots, I like to kind of like nail down one amazing photo and then generate multiple shots from that one image so that I get more angles. And that way you get that like nice clean consistency, which again is kind of sometimes a challenge with AI. So here's like a side shot. So that way I have some variety. If I wanted to post like a carousel or something with this photo shoot, I could do this to make sure that I have some continuity across the board for the scenery and everything. So I can save that as an option. All right, and so now go back to the image editor. So let's see. All right, so this is the other one where I just generated it as a side shot. So that one came out pretty good, and this one looks like pretty close to how I look. Got my nose kind of close to right. Usually it messes it up. It always thinks it's smaller. So yeah, so I like this one. And so I'll save that. So what's cool about FreePic is you don't actually have to save this actually and leave the platform. You could just go right into video editing straight from here, which is really cool. So I'm going to take some of these photos, some of the new ones, the other ones, and I'm going to generate videos from them right here. So taking this one, I'm going to go into video. And you could just click the video button. And then here, I'm going to make sure to select the right model. So for this one, I'm going to actually start with Kling. And I'll explain why. So what's cool is FreePic actually sometimes automatically creates prompts for you, which could be really useful and really nice. But I'm just going to write one actually first. So for this prompt, I'm just going to do woman's hair, subtly, again, moving in the wind, camera dollies around. We'll see if it gets that right, or camera rotates around. With Kling, I find that it's best to keep your prompts pretty simple. It's a very it's a really powerful model, and so it works well with understanding simple prompts, and it's able to continue giving the rest of the scenery a lot of dynamic action and very organic action without you having to tell it to. While a lot of other models out there, some of them require a lot of detail to be able to control all the elements in your scene, whereas Kling just somehow knows exactly what to do with a very simple prompt. So it doesn't need to be very dramatic, which is what I found. And so then just to jump into another model, just to show variety, I'm going to go into Google VO 3.1. And so I'm just going to take this prompt and I like using Google VO to actually do prompts with multiple scenes because Kling's great for just one scene. Some other models like Seed Dance and I think Seed Dance Pro 1, 2.1, or 2, I forget the number, which one it is, but 1 and Google are all great for doing multi-scene prompts, which is really nice because you get like a lot of your money's worth when it comes to prompting by being able to change your scenery or change your scenes to different cuts. So let's do woman posing and scene 2 is we'll just give that a try and see how that goes. All right, so we're just gonna run some of those. Now I'm gonna go back to some of these other photos, and just since it's pretty much the same kind of prompt, and I'm gonna turn some of these into videos as well. Let's see. I really liked that one. All right, so let's take that one out. And so this one, which model should I use? So this one I'm gonna try some more. Let's see, this is pretty nice. Yeah, so since it's already selected Google VO 301, it actually generated a great prompt for Google VO because it has different cuts already embedded into it, which was just the AI prompting. So I'm going to give that a try and see how that goes. And let's see.
Oh, wow. That one was finished. No, the sideways.
Really,
That's amazing.
yeah, that looks really nice. And so that's a good sideways one. And I'm gonna actually jump back. So sorry to do this to you guys, but I'm gonna jump back to images and show you something else while we wait for those videos to generate. So now let's say you want to add more clothing, because right now with selfies, the benefit of putting a selfie into Nano Banana is you get a lot of detail. So like you have a lot of face structure detail, where if you take a photo from full body, you'll lose a lot of structural detail to your face, and you'll find you don't look like yourself when you generate with Nano Banana. So by having a detailed selfie like that, the benefit is you get your face right. But the issue is maybe it doesn't understand what your body looks like. So usually in the prompt, you have to kind of specify how your body is shaped. If you're curvy, if you're lean, if you're, whatever kind of shape you want, you could put that detail in, or you could add a photo of yourself full body. Sometimes it doesn't work so great, but other times it works well. It's still kind of like a tricky time. But you could also add other objects. You could customize your outfit in detail if you want to make a shot from further away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some clothes in here. And so I'm going to add a photo of some boots and a photo of a jacket. Oops, that's not that one. Let's see, where did I put that? All right, here we go. Okay, so I have a jacket from Zara. I have a pair of boots from Nordstrom. These are some real clothes that like I can go out and buy right now, but didn't have a chance to. So these cute clothes I'm going to put into this prompt, and I'll show you how you could do it. So what Nano Banana does is it references your images, and in FreePic, you could actually use these actual tags to reference them in your prompt, which makes it so easy. Because usually you have to do things like image 1, image 2, and sometimes the model can get confused. So being able to use these little tags makes it really make sure that the model understands exactly what's going where. So I will prompt like this. Woman, image 1, is wearing jacket, image 3, and boots, image 2, with leggings, lean. I'll just say lean because sort of true. And maybe not, I don't know. And I'm gonna put that in, and lean posing for a photo shoot against a white background, just to get a shot like that. And we're gonna give that a try. Then again, we could try posing for a photo shoot in Iceland, standing in a power stance. All right. So I'll try that. So something that you could also do is look up different poses or even use like an what's it called text models like like an LLM to actually help you kind of like understand different poses or different model poses because most of us don't know like the name of like laying down on your stomach with your hands is called prone pose. Like there's a lot of different poses out there for modeling. So it's really good because these models know those poses. So if you have them, they'll implement them. So it makes it much easier to get what you want. So like a power stance like this, that was from that tag there. So it seemed to get the jacket right, it got the boots right, and the location. I love it. I think it's great. So I'm going to use that one. This one also is really good for like a fashion campaign type of photo shoot. You could just have a white background. It also makes it really easy to get a lot of consistency for lighting and get consistency with the background. A lot of the photo shoot videos that I do with brands and on my own always have like a white backdrop because it just makes it so easy to get that consistency and it looks super real. All right, so I'm going to turn these into videos as well. And so for this one, I'm going to do, all right, let's just do, and then I'm going to do cut to scene or transition to scene of woman walking in Iceland. Cut to scene. Great. Woman is sitting on a lava rock. All right, we'll see how that goes. And let's see how the other videos came out. So the other videos while I was working on those images are finished. See, this one looks really great.
Wow.
It looks so good and it looks pretty real. Um, this one was a Google VO, I believe. And so it got her dancing and it has some cuts, so that's cool. And let's see what we have here. So this one's gonna take like 3 minutes. I can, in the meantime, take this one into Kling. And so again, I'm just gonna go back to Kling because Kling's great for just doing pretty like one scene prompts. So woman is modeling jacket or just modeling. Camera zooms in. And so I'll make that 5 seconds. I find that 5 second prompts are really great for Kling, just for me. Sometimes 10 second ones go really slow motion. I don't know why, but 5 second ones are great.
That is actually a great tip, because sometimes it's like we're thinking of prompts as something that is going to be, adaptative to the time, but sometimes it's like they kind of feel like a bit of a stretch.
Yes, yeah. So it's great for Kling to use to just you do 5 second ones. Sometimes 10 second works, but most of the time it's very slow-mo, so it's better to just do the five. Um, yeah, and like other models like Google VO, if you set that to like 8 seconds and one's like one, it will fill that with like dynamic scenes. So it's good to know. Like I feel like there needs to be a like a guide out there for each of these models.
We're taking notes. We're taking notes.
Yes. So while those are generating, because they all take like minutes and stuff, I'm gonna go into the video editor. So you can go into the video project editor. I believe that's the one. You'll go to new project. And I'm just gonna add some clips in here so I could start making my own video to show you how you'd make like a photo shoot kind of video from that selfie. So I'm gonna just paste some of these new ones in here. I really liked this one. So I'm just gonna click the plus sign. And so I'll play that. And then kind of choose where I want the cuts to be. Oops. Just split the clip and then I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna add some more scenes in there. This one I liked too. Yeah, they look really realistic.
Yeah, and the background is super consistent, it's like it really sets the scene like we're in Iceland, definitely.
Yeah, like it's like you're there.
And the dancing one is amazing. Like
Yeah, it looks so realistic.
definitely like wow.
And so I'll put some of this in there. That. All right, so this is kind of like how I go about my videos. Usually I kind of sync up to a song, but without a song, it kind of still flows cool. Okay. And I think you guys have have the ability to add music in here too.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the ad
Yeah.
media. We have the generator of music and also the library of music as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, plenty of transitions. Like the video editor is not super popular nowadays, but like it's available for everybody in the AI suite, and I think it's pretty handy.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna save that project and go check out my other videos. Okay, so these ones finished too. So you could see like even just doing like a white background, it looks like it's campaign ready.
Yeah.
And the jacket, I've tried that jacket on and it looks like that. So that worked out well.
The reflections on it, like it's super nice, like studio reflections.
Yeah, and it seemed it got the material right, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And so let's see this one. All right, so this one,
It's
this one I'm not crazy about.
it's one of those VO3 kind of statistically crazy
Yeah,
videos that
like
you get
when
one.
it starts to go into vlogging. Yeah, so that's basically like I feel like that's the tutorial, you know, it's kind of like you could keep kind of like tweaking your prompts, try on different clothes. Let's see, I can go back into here and check out my
I think it's very interesting because like the use cases are infinite, you know, if you're working what as you mentioned, no, for a campaign and maybe I have this product and then I want to have this model in X place, you know, so I get the statics and then I can get my visuals and then suddenly I have a teaser for a campaign. Also like
exactly.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's just it works so quickly and so efficiently and it's like you really can now. You could just take your photos, you could take a selfie and you could be modeling the product. Even just like a couple of months ago, I had to do a brand integration and I had to do a lot of that work manually. Like I had to do the photo shoot in my house. I had to like manually remove the background and stuff because Nano Banana wasn't out yet and some of the other tools changed too many things or weren't high quality enough. But now you could use this to really get a professional photo shoot and it looks legit.
Yeah. So you would say that in your personal opinion, like I feel in my opinion that none of it has really said like a before and after, you know, because people were so used to having their characters, you know, you would train your Laura, you will get like a bunch of pictures of yourself. And now it's like, you know, you get one image, you need just one reference, one cool selfie. No, I remember when I was making my Laura, it's like, I need to find my best selfies, you know, because it's like, are you really gonna craft like this? But now it's like with one picture, you know, it's magic, definitely.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like you could just with one image, you could just do anything with it. You could even change in the selfie like you could change the outfit in the selfie, your hair color, any detail about that selfie, or you could change the scene entirely. Like it's at any level. It really is like there's time with net before Nano Banana and then after. Like it truly is. Yeah, one of my favorite things is even just changing camera angles. So I guess I could show that since we still have like time because I talk so quickly. Sorry, everybody, if you're watching. Like I'm from New York and like we just I don't know why, but we talk really fast there. Um,
We used to. It happened with Chris. He was also like speaking very fast, and everybody was like, "Oh, oh, take it slow." But we have one question, which is, what's the best to create images, Nano Banana or Seedream 4K for the best character consistency?
I like both models. I find that like I find the facial consistency to be a bit better with Nano Banana, but you get much more control and less restrictions as a seed with Seedream. Like Seedream will allow you to get much more creative with your poses, your prompting, your models, everything. Like even having celebrity references, all these kind of things. Like you could do anything with Seedream, but like with Nano Banana, it's just I feel like for me, I noticed that the faces are a little bit sharper, but it just depends. Some photos, the face is sharp with Seedream. Other photos, sometimes I've had issues, but I kind of go back and forth between both.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's actually also the best, no? It's like never kind of marrying yourself with one model, you know? It's like I want to test because I think that sometimes even just there's days when they feel different, you know? Like I would do something with Nano Banana one day and then 2 days after I'm like, it feels different somehow, no? Or maybe the image that I use or something. Um,
Yeah. Okay, let me try one more prompt here. So I'm going to try to change this pose here, change the pose to jumping in the air, holding a katana sword.
Whoa.
Let's try that. See how that looks. Sometimes those kind of posters are really cool. And these are things that like would be really hard to do with a photo shoot in real life. So it makes AI like an impeccable use case.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think that with the fisheye and everything, I think that also having the control of how you want. Oh, wow.
Yeah, super cool.
And that was fast, actually. Like,
Yeah, super quick.
yeah. And the hair is perfect. You know, I feel like if I jumped,
Yeah,
I'd be like all over the place.
yeah, for real. So cool. All right. So is there anything else like you guys would want to see? I think that like I pretty much like it's these models are so quick that like the tutorials like
They were getting shorter, you know? Uh,
yeah.
we have another question. They ask, so to maintain visual consistency while keeping the same main subject, is it possible to vary the outfit? So, could we give it a go?
Yes. So they want to see
I'm assuming it's like the same person and pose, but it's just changing like a jacket or something.
yes. Okay, let's see. So I could take I'll take one of these photos and I'll do that. So we'll go into edit again. And let's do change the jacket to a let's see, can I add another image? I'm just gonna grab another image quick. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna grab a different jacket.
And I also think that it's fascinating that it's also like changing with a specific reference. No, if it doesn't have to be like a red jumper, you know, it's like if I have the red jumper that I want, it's like that is the one that want to add.
Yeah,
Like level
it
of
can be specific. So we'll give that a try and see if we can get that to work. Okay, so I want to, oh wow, so you guys have that.
yes.
Jacket to jacket width per trim. All right, let's see if that works. I haven't used that feature yet, so we'll see.
It's an interesting one because it's like very like laser focus. So you could have one point into the glasses and then one point into the jacket and then one point into the hair and then in one go it's like that. So I find it very useful actually. It's like
That's really great. Oh wow, it worked.
definitely like
That's it. Yeah. I
yeah,
can
I'm guessing we're ticking the box, you know, it's like consistent in the character and the pose, and then we have in the consistency in the art.
yes. I don't know if you could you see my screen, like see the website that I'm on right now?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
so
sorry,
I just grabbed
publicity,
that.
eh? We're not affiliated with
Yeah,
Zara.
sorry. Sorry. Um, so yeah, I just grabbed it off of Google. And we're not affiliated with Google either. But I just grabbed that jacket and it nailed it. So yeah, that's so cool.
It's amazing. I think we have some other questions. Somebody saying, don't forget that with Nano Banana, you can use a transparent picture of a different aspect ratio to change the ratio. I've heard about this. It's like this little trick. I think with our engineering team has kind of fixed a little bit the issue with the aspect ratios of Nano Banana. So we're happy about that. Yeah, but it's good to hear about that trick in case that many people didn't know. And
Yes, they have it so now you could change your aspect ratio. Yeah,
I
that's
think so.
great.
It should be, if not here in the generator. Another question we have is, I have a question to ask, would Nano Banana be a better option for group photos? Oh,
Hmm. Yeah, so group photos are kind of tricky. Sometimes if I feel like it has more than three people, depending on what you're trying to have it do, it has like an issue with facial consistency. It usually will get at least one person or two people's face right, but the other people it starts to change. Like for example, if you take a group shot and then you want to change it, the time period or something, it'll start to like mess people's faces up, I find, when there's more people. But simple things like lighting changes or like camera style change, it seems to hold the consistency. So it depends on the prompt. That's still kind of tricky with a large group shot, but for say like two people or three people, that seems to be the max I found.
interesting. Maybe also using like a visual, this type of, you know, if I have five people in a shot, having the reference over like one of the faces might also do the trick. Not super sure, but
Yeah,
time
that
will
could be.
tell. Another question is, how do you find the inspiration to create campaigns you've done like with Bratz or Coachella? Do you think AI was beneficial in the process of doing campaigns like that?
Yeah, so yeah, AI has been incredible. Like a lot of the campaigns that I've done with brands like in the past couple of years were in augmented reality where I was using AI as part of the process to like be able to create at scale. So it was so important and I don't think I would have been able to like push my career forward and work for with clients at the same time and my personal brand forward if it wasn't for AI. Because AI allows me to like I guess find bottlenecks in the works that I have and then figure out how to make them more efficient and speed up my production pipelines. Without that, I would be really struggling, or I'd have to hire a lot more people to work with me. And maybe I didn't have the budget for it for a certain project. So it was really incredible to be able to work with AI tools in the meantime, like while I've been working on AR campaigns. For example, creating for Bratz, I had to create like a world AR effect. So I create a back camera effect where you can kind of like go inside a Bratz portal and chat with or walk over to the characters and take selfies with them and stuff like that. And we made it so you can activate it only inside Walmarts across America. And had to build an entire environment, like almost like a virtual meet and greet for the dolls, customize their outfits, make sure that their polygons were small enough to fit into 5 MB. So everything had to be like optimized. And so I used AI for everything, like being able to learn how to optimize the characters as much as possible. I used deep motion to animate the characters and make them, I was able to just like take videos of myself walking around the room and like posing and then turn that into animated poses for these 3D models, all because of AI. If it wasn't for that, I would have been spending months trying to manually animate bone by bone because Mixamo just didn't cut it. Um, so yeah, like I also use it to create textures. And so like for all of my client campaigns, AI has been so important to be able to push those projects forward and help me where I have issues, even coding, because I've never had a history of coding. Even when I was creating AR campaigns, I always had to hire out for code and stuff, but for simple code, I still didn't really understand. So for Coachella, they wanted to make it so our AR experience activated it looked different based on the time of day. So depending on the hour, the filter would change. So the morning it looked different, the afternoon, every hour had a different look. And so in order to do that, you had to create a time of day changing script. And I was able to use AI to actually like produce that script, which was something that I never would have ever been able to write on my own unless I had like more experience with it. But because of AI, I was able to do that as a person who has zero code experience.
Oh, it's truly like an amplification, of the ideas, the creativity and everything. And now you have all the tools in your hand. So like it's amazing. Everything you've shared is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I see we have more questions. So yeah, people is really invested. How do you master prompting? Any tips? What would be the 3 things we need to consider for prompting?
Oh, I love that question. So for prompting, it's like a lot of it is just trial and error, testing out the model, even going to look at the models. When these models launch, usually they launch with like press releases and they have examples. A lot of times those examples come with prompts, and you can see the prompts that the model used that the company used to write those specific prompts that they're featuring. And that shows you a lot about how their prompt structure works. And a lot of the models and companies share loads of prompts. And so because of that, you could really get a good understanding of how they prompt and how to best prompt for that platform. Then you can make a custom LLM where you train it on just that prompt structure. And then anytime you have an idea, you could quickly just pop your idea into that LLM and say, hey, can you just put this idea into that structure that works best for this model, like Nano Banana or Kling, and it'll reformat your idea just from voice notes and stuff like that to that perfect structure. Or you just kind of get the hang of it eventually. Like I kind of like understand now how to like prompt for Nano Banana and like Kling and stuff like that on my own. But when I'm moving quickly for client projects, or like if I'm really in a time crunch and I want to like knock out a project, I'll just always default to like an LLM and be able to and just have it or have an understanding of how I like to prompt and the best structure. And then I just pop my new ideas into it and it's just reformats it for it.
Okay, great insights. Another question. I made many great pictures of myself in the living room, and I want to change only the background to a city street, but in the editor, it does it really bad. It looks very unnatural. What do you recommend? Okay, so
So
the
that's
editor This editor, I
So like
think.
in this editor, like if you're using the image editor, sometimes with Nano Banana, when you ask to change the background, it doesn't change everything else. It only changes the background. So maybe I could show an example, see if I can get it right.
Yeah.
Let's see, because sometimes I have that issue too. Go to edit
Interesting
this
for
one.
us from a feedback perspective. So yeah.
So let's see, change background to New York City. Change lighting to sunset and change lens to portrait to portrait lens. We'll try that. I find that sometimes maybe if you give a little bit more context, it will add more change to the scene. Sometimes when I do just background and I try to change the scene, it doesn't change it. It literally just changes the background. So I think it's just sometimes like a little bit of a flaw of the model, sometimes. Um, yeah, or it's best sometimes to start with the white background and then put them into the scene.
Mhm.
Okay, so that one's it changed the lighting and stuff. So there.
Yeah.
And so you could see like this is the original, which it didn't look like me to begin with this one because it was like I'm not sure why, but this one didn't look like me too much, but it still looks consistent after. So like the face there looks just like the face here, especially this one. So
Yeah.
this one I think is better than that one. So
Mhm.
yeah, so I guess like the best suggestion I'd have for that is to just add more detail into the prompt. So like I had here change background to New York City, change lighting to sunset, change camera lens to portrait, which just gave it more to work with. And so because of that, I think it was able to understand to actually place the person in that environment.
I think that sometimes because in the editor it's always set by default in auto. Maybe sometimes randomly the model that is being chosen is maybe not Nano Banana or maybe one of the super top ones. Sometimes if people are having that issue, heading over to the selector and selecting the one that is gonna give you the best result is another way that maybe works for them.
Yes, exactly. That's great.
Another question, how can I achieve the perfect file size when exporting for a print campaign? In my opinion, upscaling isn't perfect. What can I do about it? Oh,
So, the upscaling could be a little tricky, but sometimes it works well. If it's scenery, like I feel like it works very good when it's faces, sometimes it changes it a lot. Also it just might still be early for things like print, at least in my experience. You might know, Sophia, you might know more than me on this one on the platform.
yeah, I think that we have an option where files can be exported in SVG, which is normally like the best size to kind of format, sorry, to expand the size of any file. I'm assuming that, when it's with people, maybe SVG can go like a bit crazy rather when it's flat textures and things like that. But I'd say that the new upscaler that we have, the latest Magnific Precision, which is the Magnific Precision V2, which I think was released last week, it's great at having like the consistency of the faces and everything. Like it's actually great, and like the noise feature that it has is amazing. Having it like upscale to like the max, which I think is like 16x or something, should do the trick. If not, I think that maybe we also have more people in, whether it's in the chat or in the Discord community that we have, that have like the perfect answer of how they have printed like large material from an upscaling.
That's
Another question, I think this is going to be the last question, is it is possible to use an image representing a 3D material and merge it with an image of an object? So it's a bit tricky to understand. So to use an image that is like a 3D kind of, so like a volumetric thing, I'm assuming, and merge it with an image. So something that has 3D volume in an image with something that doesn't.
I'm not
Um,
sure I understand the question. Like,
Not sure if we can have like a follow-up to that
yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. If they could ask again, like, with a little bit more detail, that would help. Also, I just have to grab a charger really quick.
I
Sorry.
don't worry, don't worry. We're giving the time for the expanding on the question.
Yeah.
Because yeah, what I'm picturing is it's something like, volumetric versus something non-volumetric. I'm assuming that if they want to transfer like a texture or like a material, it could be done, no? So it's because it's like a reference. So I guess it could be done in the editor as well, like
Yeah.
having references and the prompt could be something like use the texture of add image 1 into like add image 2, or maybe something like that. Not
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I know that for doing like for texturing for 3D models, I don't really know. Yeah, because I never did it on FreePic before.
Yeah, I think that for the time being, we don't have like full on like volumetric features or tools. Who knows what the future holds.
Yeah.
But in case that we don't get like a follow-up on that, I think that we'll be happy to get their expansion on the question on our Discord. We will be happy to reply. But I think that, you know, we're on time. I had an amazing session. I'm hoping that the rest of everybody who was watching also did. I feel like I've learned a lot. I'm getting my fall fashion campaign done ASAP. Like I love,
Yes, do it.
like yeah, it's going on my LinkedIn. Like I'm warning everybody ahead. No, I found it like yeah, the results that you got, the consistency, like everything, it was amazing. So I'm super happy that you shared that with us today. It was amazing having you here. I hope that you had a good time as well.
Thank you
Um,
so much. It was a great time.
So thank you for everybody who's here as well, to remind them Upscale Conf is happening next week. We'll be having some surprises and news on our channels, on our Discord channels, as well as on the Upscale Conf account. So you're more than happy to check them for anything that might come by. And we'll stay tuned for the next session. So thank you, Paige, again for being our host. And thank you everybody for watching. We'll see
Yes,
you next
thank you
time.
so much, everyone. Thank you for having me, Sophia, and thanks FreePic. I had such a great time, and it was so fun sharing this with you guys. If anybody has any questions, you could always reach out to me anytime on Instagram. I love to chat about this stuff, so feel free to reach out literally anytime.
Well, thank you. See you everybody.